all important press conference. Now we call you. It is a process. All things say as a ministry, we will enlarge in coverage. Because we are the conduit through which government will communicate to the people. So when things trend, waiting to happen, we bring una, we inform una. Because we do see a mandate to provide timely information to una and the people. So today, an other session. But as usual, we can pray. Eh? So now we just take one time. Let's pray. Yes, sir. Amen. Amen. We're supposed to be 4 here for really come look at training issues. One person still in a road they come. But we're not going to wait forever. So on today's panel, we have somebody not to enforce them for Kaya. Most of the people here are not to enforce them for Kaya. But the reason why I'm very happy for that idea is because when things we are trending, we will not be abroad. It caused some panic. And the same person I'll be host for let give clarity on security matters. And from that day, when you say when I go down, he said even when we will not be prepared, then we will do nothing. He said now that we expect say the king can, he said let it try me. From that day now I begin to sleep. Because I went to bed, I knew our staff is prepared for any eventuality. So on today's program again, we get, in fact from that time, now before nobody did go, on this special occasion, as a ministry, we want formally congratulate you, first for help our staff, in the recent declaration when the president gave to you. Congratulations, sir. That is the reward you get for good work. When I wait until person die, when you say, am I good? So we get on this panel, today I know I'm Mr. Panel. The day we made it talk like that, we don't clean. The newspaper headline was Deputy Minister of Information and Civic Education blunders. I'm not reader, I don't know the content because I'm a human, I'm bound to blunder. So today you mean perfect being a Lieutenant General. I'm Ida Barbara. You are the Chief of Defense Staff of our staff. So we get for today's discussion the head of the Salon Army. On the far side, who can we see? It is Balua moving forward. Salon community. For obvious reasons, also get somebody from the newly established or renamed nomenclatured National Petroleum Regulatory Authority. When the name change, people like you want to know why it changed, what they will expect. So we get Mr. Brahma Baruakoma from when I'm the Director General for National Petroleum Regulatory Authority. Welcome, sir. We suppose to forget Miss just in time. Woman, they know the film like this country. We're not supposed to forget. We get the General Manager of the National Authorities Board, Madam Fatimata Mida Kiru. You are welcome. Okay, as usual, we will get the updates. Then we will discuss proper why everything is there. The first update we are start with is why are they here? Now because the minister is not here. When he is here, now they sit in. And we say again. When the president bring them on here, they give them prominent positions. Now because he knows we get for space before we, when you belong that, you get for affect you. So the minister, as the lead of the ministry, one public agency, when the government printing department, they take a team to China for let them go drag, for let them go look around how it will facelift, how it will improve the government printing department. And as I speak, it is signed an agreement with a company in China with a $15 million agreement for let it facelift. $5 million agreement for let it facelift the government printing department. Not to say I believe anything I will explain. Not to say I believe. $5 million agreement and the ministry is signed in China with a printing company. For the government printer self-show which is able to deliver with the government printing department. Same way so, on the 11th of July 2025 at State House in Freetown, the newly appointed Chief Commissioner of the National Commission of Persons with Disability, Brahma Abdullahi Sharif, shared a vision for disability development centered on strategy he coined as pride. So the policy way the president will take for that a header commission, he might go talk to the president and give him a roadmap. More than 133,000 people across Sierra Leone have received the first dose of mpox vaccine as part of the country's ongoing response to the 2025 outbreak, according to the data from the Ministry of Health's expanded program on immunization. So these are the Ministry of Health, they will update. As it stands, over 133,000 people don't receive mpox vaccine. So if you see them, you say United people, they take home when you go before. On the 11th of July 2025 in Freetown, on the occasion of World Population Day, the United Nations Population Fund Executive Director, Dr. Natalia Kanim, issued a powerful statement urging government and societies worldwide who is scrolling? Oh, you don't jump. Urging societies, government and societies worldwide to do what? I don't think that is correct. Urging government and societies worldwide to focus on enabling young people to thrive by creating choices rather than barriers around family planning and productive rights. Dr. Kanim highlighted growing concerns about global demographic trends such as declining fertility rates, aging population, and workforce shortages. All over the world, the population they age. Fertility, not only in fertility, we don't know fertile. But there is a concern that the fertility rates are going to go down. So the World Bank Council raised concern. On the 10th of July 2025 at State as House of Parliament in Freetown, a significant move in the drive Sierra Leone economic development was made as Parliament ratified a $60 million agreement between Government and the Kisi Industry Limited. The move is aimed at expanding industrial operation in the oil palm sector while fostering job creation and increasing national revenue. On the 9th of July 2025 in Freetown, in taking a bold step and unified stance against gender-based violence, the government of Australia officially launched a 50 million euro EU-UN Spotlight Initiative at the new Boutrice Hotel in Freetown. This landmark global partnership between the EU and the United Nations aims to eliminate all forms of violence against women and girls. So, right apart from all the laws we don't put hands off our girls, no child marriage, the Green Bill, still efforts, local and international partnerships are being made for level stop violence against girls and women and even boys. Because against gender violence, and when we talk about gender, it's not just female. Now we will not talk about it. So every form of violence should be stopped against humanity. Yeah. So I think these are the brief updates. So to today's program proper, as I start for introduce the panel, today we get some serious debates or updates from this panelist bracket. The head of military, Ogiwi, in achievement in his first 100 days in office, and his vision for our staff. I make it there. The general manager for the National Terrorist Board, Ogiwi, we don't see very many times that ministry don't take giant strides for showcase Sierra Leone as a tourist destination country. But when you take your eye away from that, when you look at the beaches, me and you, if we walk along the beaches, we see a lot of environmental challenges. The way we beach there, we use activities that impact too much on the beach. So, if we can't promote on this challenge and tourism, how they will break through. Then, we get Mr. Kuruma, the Director General for National Petroleum Regulatory Authority. Now we see the name will change, or the nomenclature will change. With this new nomenclature, waiting the people of Sierra Leone for expert. Ladies and gentlemen, tighten your seatbelts as we drive it through. We start with the most decorated army officer in the armies and in the country, the Lieutenant General Amara Aida Bambara. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Deputy Minister of Information and Communication. Thank you, Mr. Williams. It's a privilege to be here today to speak to you all about the ARSLAB and the particular addition that was made by His Excellency the President to appoint me as the Chief of Defense and District Pro. Okay, sorry. Sorry about that. Happy for the year today. Let me take this all over. Happy for the year today. One, for meet Mr. Leone and Petroleum and tell them what ARSLAB, and also for tell them about the decision when we Commander-in-Chief, and I know that's the person who His Excellency the President, Itabrigida Julius Malawi make on November 19, 2024, when the appointment come as Chief of Defense now. So immediately when the President appointed me, I found us again a legal get huge tax, killing tax. So straight away I get the team to start working. And the first thing we'll do was, as you can do for any institution, you need a plan, you need a roadmap, we can call it strategy. You need some priorities you need to move from side A to this side in 5 years, for the next 10 years. So we sit down and say, okay, now we develop our own mindset, our own strategy, which I mean, so we develop a strategy. The first ever national defense policy and strategy of this country, published on independence today, the local owned. So we'll publish that strategy, we'll write the strategy, we'll consultations, we'll workshop across MDAs, all security sectors, agencies, MMS. It was validated. We take our Chernor Defense Policy Committee, the highest policy committee, level of Ministry of Defense, we make sure we couch the attention they endorse. We Chernor Defense Council. Defense Council are one of the highest security body of defense in this country, headed by no less possible the President himself. The President endorsed all we thinking. So after he endorsed we think, we said, okay, now we have a strategy, a document that's not all progress. But we can't do that, haven't got the endorsement by all these normal person in the country. We still not begin implement actions into plans into actions. So we started. Initially we decided we will go through not the usual things we will not begin do, that is we can able to do. Only for have a new thing we will not be able to do. But ever since we came in this country, I say the Air Forces, ever since, the one new engine became fire. The engine of national security, integrity, national security. So let me call it and say, we need to say the second engine, we really want to let this plane fly. The second engine, according to Section 165 of the Constitution, says we should contribute to the well-being and development of Australia. But the engines to create, the engines to go for great or make this contribution was lacking. So that's now the law set engines. And these engines will be corporate bodies different from the hierarchy of the staff, with a legal entity to ensure and suit, to register it, then they begin form their own means for generate which we need. So we'll come up with about 5 companies who will register. One on agriculture. If agriculture is big, because I speak with 1,000 cashew farmers for local. Next year, I'll decide for another 2,000-3,000. By 2026, and we will be the largest cashew production entity. We are going to rice. We'll also say by 2026, December, the rice will be eat as now. Take rice, I want to put out, I want to put this up for a second. Government is on the rice. So we decided we get the largest engineering equipment, about 80 pieces, very Chinese made, each big Chinese made. This equipment offers it also. So right now we don't bid for feeder road to make my 91 to Maragua feeder road 52.4 kilometers. We just make feeder road from 2.2. So we contribute to the national development of the country. We need to do that again. And we compete with other civil engineers who apply for make roads. Then we need to make the road in South Barracks. If you go Moriton, if you go with Bafos, you will see don't make a road in South Barracks, the quota again. They will not decide say no. We need to look after welfare. The most important thing we consider take on against each other because we are sensitive to their welfare. We're not going to look after the welfare. The leadership will need to try. Or me say, well, I find a new method for you to look after the welfare. Those things we close to them. Water for eat, water for drink, toilet for sleep, toilet for go. Who said the sleep pattern to roof? Those things with the marriage welfare. I talk to H approve everything. So that when you are married, not $250,000, the family can 5 million. So we come with some packages and make sure that the happiness is here. We don't look after the welfare. I make the quietness in the barracks. So there any other means. Quietness in the barracks to go in the country peaceful. As long as all the social and welfare is key. Any country is in Africa, we don't want to get turmoil. We don't want to get co-watch. The reason why, like Senegal, you go to another country like South Africa, the welfare of the soldiers are well taken care of. So it's that same methodology the H don't buy. Now we carry on. We'll get peace forever. And so one of the other things we are doing, we see we get engineering equipment. We did one more going to estate. So they acquire land to Ministry of Finance and other areas. We begin big estate for sale, who soldier the one, and they pay insurance to who will use your son if you want in the book, who say come out the bill house for you. Similar ones you get estate. And one of the other core things, we go prime sites in Africa. We don't prime sites, and we also soldier themselves, and they go big shop day, and they eat, and they get the money and they eat. They will look at other soldiers and say, you don't get sense, you know food. That's why now a communal system. All man are mean at the landlord, all man come out the bill, all man get benefits for you. So that's why. So that make if you watch you back Moriton, we don't pull all the and the soldier the same problem will become an engineer quarter. We're not broken into it, we'll just go even now. We are going to construct those places by December, you see. Fine stores, offices. So we define the frontage of the barracks. We use that revenue we get, we try for software welfare. So the second engine will not start at the staff, and they make the staff to come. I think if I don't reach the time, I can end so much of to continue. Thank you.
Well, that's all the club. These are novels because some of you, why you not join the army? So just see affect nobody effect. You know, you are either killing or you are killing. I make most of we. But if the army don't venture into other things, now I can always say that the biggest industry, the military, it cuts across. You have lawyers, fine lawyers within the military. Yes. You have engineers within the military. But all the people that we just done now, they don't activate another arm. They don't activate that.
To soya video.
When? Not to soya video. Now, when the president says fit salon, most times people say from when they say fit salon, they didn't see that.
To soya video, not to soya video.
The military not challenge himself. Say by 2026, they want to produce the rest where the military they eat. And I believe say by 2027, the journalists are back. They will challenge them.
That way we do.
Okay, thank you very much. Now together we will be the novelty from the military, they all set the pace. If prisons take, police take, every other person commits himself for move, feed, salon. Of us, okay, in the police station, same structures. So we all for put to show us. If you see what I say, feed, salon, and not see that things, whether you are letting plans can give, not to the president. The president will just put the policies where they enable the sector. Now you can take advantage of the opportunity. So we tell the military for setting the pace, for taking that lead, say like this we do now. Thank you very much. We not going to labor on that. This is an absolute challenge to everybody. The president is saying that everybody here far put the appointees there. So I hope so they learn from what the military don't know. Second on the agenda, we come to the General Manager of National Tourist Board. Environmental challenges affecting tourism the way forward. Then at the start for say, Mr. Sewa Wakana Beach, when are some of the tourist attraction points, the condition of the beach na salon now. You get a lot of seaweed, the place, you know, it is an eyesore, I will put it that way. So, these challenges and intention for really make tourists see her as a destination. What is the way forward?
Me, I will start for say. I will start for ask with popular slogan what we can say. Tourism business. Tourism business.
All business.
Now because na all business I make for solve tourism, not to just the ministry or the National Tourist Board or the MRC. Yes, now we did before, but we need the people of this country for help for address issues where they affect tourism. I came this afternoon for talk about how the beach they look now with the seaweed, with the sea boku dirty. Long talk straight. You know what make the beach you see boku dirty? Now me and you they make the beach dirty. tourism, let us in Canada country, in one for meet a clean beach. And I want to say, Mr. Minister, Sierra Leone is a tourist destination. The world now don't see Sierra Leone as an eco-tourism destination. And tourists and they come, groups and they come. Now we get international tour operators there when they promote Sierra Leone. And no say, we they see the figures that they go up. But if we beach them dirty, now one way down there for the tourists there. And one waiting they could beach them dirty, especially during the rainy season. Now because all the dirty where they this one nation, the greater freedom, this city, where big rain they come, as how when I say that they block the gutter, when they see the dirty there, they all they go along the beach. Or they all they go now all the beach there along the peninsula. And as soon as there is high tide, then dirty they come on the beach. We they clean, we don't they clean. And I believe say every day when they see we they clean, on the lane with people that they clean. When for every week we they do, we not even do when I based on the resources, we they do over 40 trips of deposit of waste from the beach. Where that the cost we put all things together on a weekly basis, it costs like 14,000 euros for that beach day on a weekly basis. Money come on. We continue for one, and this along the beach, we don't even get presence at the peninsula because of a resource challenge. But what they say, if we all see tourism, we all see Salusin and we all get up, and we get a national conversation about the doctrine of this country. The doctrine the doctrine of this country, where they go now, we beach them. I think so we will be honest to ourselves. No, we all get an honest conversation. If we let them put doctrine, that doctrine, the sea, what you put there, now they vomit back on the shores of the beach. What will they clean? If I tell you what will they see there? Will they see human feces at the beach? With people where they walk, they pull out syringe, hospital waste, with the meter there at the beach. Will they see all AC buckets, boots, blankets, suitcase there, all kind of things. Now they go to that beach there. Who say all of them things that they come on? Now we dwell in places there. How would they go deposit the beach until we they pay attention to the people that when they go to when we dirty there for we also what we they generate, they got to go left hand at the water. That is the problem. And I want to say, if we continue that way there, and then they make we beach, they're very attractive. Now the fact that says Sierra Leone, the Gola and TY complex don't become a heritage site. That means say, you know what they happen? It don't already expose Sierra Leone more. It don't create awareness of Sierra Leone. But good people then they can. But good people are now one for they can. But if they say that they can, they mean to TV, it affect you. So me, I want to start for say, and this is an opening. If the beach and dirty, not because the tourist board they do anything, not because the Minister of Tourism they do anything, we they do something, but we also want we as Sierra Leonean for take on ownership, for being responsible enough for managing waste them properly. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is an appeal, meaning poor waste management in our homes. They pose great threats to tourism. Poor waste management in our homes. So, now human activity, now you make when you see the beach every day. And this is a call, not to tell you no more. Let's say, Lord will change your attitude. When rain come, it takes dirty, puts it on. Who's you feel safe in the land? So now you need that all the dirty in the beach. And if we don't get tourism, for creating revenue. Now, another very vibrant revenue stream. But like how the general manager is saying, if we your attitude, if me a tourist, I want to like a beach, I never go. And check and say the tourists are not so young more they come. And when they meet the beach does so, they're not just like the president. They will look at the citizens. Because not the government send out to them, now citizens. They go out. When they give a body a for go through it, and they can go far. City council they put transit points, there are skip locations. Now with homes, if we get very good waste management practices, especially separation of waste, we say they put degradables. The thing that when they rotting, you pull out from plastic, you pull out from iron. As you begin their separation, you will manage waste. Some waste they even dig the bed, they don't, you want to really rotting. So, with your effects, and the impact, poor waste management, and the impact negatively on the beach. So we'll correct that if we all take and say this salon, big pass with all. The next person what we'll listen to now Mr. Brahma Kumar from the National Petroleum Regulatory Authority. The transition from PRA to NPRA, what this mean for people and waiting as for people we expect from
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Mr. Minister Host. I'm happy we don't correct with transition, not to name change. We don't graduate and we have been put on a fast track to transformation. Before I tell you now which I will do and which I will go, I want to take this opportunity to remind Sierra Leoneans which I did 5 years ago. Now we did, we get our stock levels, we only take we minimum 2 weeks, sometimes 10 days, leading to frequent importation, leading to disruption. Now we did, dealers are going to tell me now they have 10,000 liters for Kabbalah or for Chernor or for Kenema. They say no, we don't give 10,000 liters. If we get, you don't pay the money in the bank, we give 5,000 liters. Those signals, if you go to the market, they say they don't be for ration, or they affect consumers. But Sierra Leone, quick we don't forget also. So when we come as young people, President Leone give 3 objectives. So first, we will go open the market. We will only get 3 importers in Sierra Leone, where they serve over 7 million consumers. We use about 1 million liters per day. We only produce oil at this moment. Today we consume about 1.3 million liters per day. Secondly, go and develop a downstream infrastructure. When they get investors, they can now go and bring fear. We say we don't get storage. We don't get storage. Today, we don't get up to 278,000 metric ton storage capacity nationally. That is more than half 5 years ago. The last one, he told us to remain committed in petrol revenue and to protect all government taxes and levies. Today, this sector they contribute about 12% to domestic revenue. And our growth has been consistent from 2018, year on year. We also look at the present formula so that we find out say there are certain disparities. Now the present formula, there are deviation from best practices in other countries. We still for change that. We work with the Ministry of Finance and the World Bank for review of home price. Most of you here, we are in that workshop. The old Act, 2014 Act, is over 10 years. So many things have happened in the world, and the globe geopolitics, the tension in the Middle East, we say we fear Sub-Saharan Africa. We say we for prepare we say as a country, we must develop a homegrown solution. But we will not want the people of Sierra Leone for suffer for essential commodities like petrol. The old they tell you about import licensing, they tell you about storage licensing. That was so discriminatory. We don't try for unbundle that. The new act will give the power according to Part 3, Section 12 and Section 54. Look at the act, in our website, the functions and mandate of the authority. We now get a mandate for maintaining government strategic stock. Today, as I'm talking to you, we get products only take up to 6 weeks to 7 weeks. We normally get a kind of stock balances in this country. You go to any fair station today, you get product, you want 30 liters, they give 30 liters. The new act, they also ensure say all licensing operators, when they get a mandatory minimum stock balances, when you give licensing, your storage 50,000 metric tons for instance, you forget minimum of 25,000 metric tons at any point in time. Otherwise, we will suspend your license. We don't also remove the barriers to entry to this market. We all know we only get 3 giants we believe lead this sector. Today we don't bring 10 players. And those players are also local Sierra Leoneans, local indigenous, young people for support the sector. We are also improved on our stock balances for jet fuel, aviation fuel. But the key thing about this new act, we work in the interest of the public interest. I know when I go for expedition, which will go on at the market, somebody said 26. I don't want Mr. Host, Mr. Chair, please permit me. Now, one of the burning issues where you do good job, there are people when they get half information, then they come for clarification. Then they send the wrong signal to the consumer and to the market. Do you help me? 5 years ago, when I'm already in this country, which time I don't ever see gas station, it's not by itself a good price no, but I should one time. It has never happened. It has never happened. So what you see today in the market has not created itself. What is moving around the market and what you see are not exactly what is happening. The policy of the government, the policy of President Julius Maada, the market will respond to those policies. We don't bring down competition. So when they go on social media, I don't go see 26 loans, 25 loans, NPR already put press release. The market at 28 loans, 27 loans. Somebody say give 25 loans. Which crime government commits? Please. This is very important. All of us.
Yana saloon big pass law. I feel soon, Cosa.
Yeah, so I only want to answer that question. 5 years ago, we don't see ambulance, but on my inside, it's not a line. They want my 10 liters, they say they only get 2 liters or 3 liters. These are the things we want to eradicate in the sector. Today, I've just asked you a simple question. When last have you seen an importer or dealer by his own volition, judge decide to reduce the pump price by himself? Now the market as it is, the Middle East, we say the trade will come on the Red Sea for Canada, Africa, now Israel, Iran, all the things that happen in the Middle East, geopolitics, they affect the global market, they affect translate to local petrol prices. Now, the market is 29 years for instance, for diesel and 28 for petrol. But these people, because of government policy and our open market policy, so when they say, well, let me say 25 years, that's 26 years, and you are still telling PRA, why are you preparing this? For what? Do you want us to reverse that? Please take this message, Mr. Chair, that the market will respond to the policy.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kuruma. And this is what most times we can say. Because we, like the ministry, people feel so can be all things. and international knowledge. Because this question where you don't answer so impassive. A question where I don't try for response to and radio and television. What my hope was just is government gets a ceiling price at petroleum. Instead of nobody don't pass this level. So if somebody decides that they go down, unlike other industries, we don't see other industries not to see the price in states. Now floor price. They're not allowed service providers to go beyond this floor price. In this sector, now see the prices. No matter what I will never sell above this price. So if because of market competition, because Saloni operates from free market system, we have the forces of demand and supply that will determine the price of the product. So if somebody decides for reduce a young price because you want more customers, do you need a press release from Minister of Information? But that is our country. And that clarity and dynamic will bring the authorities there. Not so we for take their questions and then we can face you. Either intermittently we will bring it in the president, but like you can't face the people in this time months. If the president will go face the people in time months, why not bring these people as well ask them the question? So this is an opportunity, and I get the opportunity for the answer. The Lieutenant General questions pertaining to the military, all this way you don't explain, these 5 beautiful things where you don't explain. The person in charge of tourism, anytime you talk about tourism, you remember say, even the overhead bridges where they don't make that salon, people that they clean up in the toilet. And when a tourist will not use for Waka overhead bridge, they go up there, then you see that kind of thing. Imagine. Overhead bridge, but let's save you from accidents. And when we see Mr. Kumar, he talk emotionally, passionately, that this job what we do, government oversight, now trigger in a trigger. So the market will respond to government in triggers. That's why they will see. Yeah. So at this point, I want every other response will emanate from the questions one I will ask. So I really want you to have the opportunities for them to ask because these are key things what we discuss. I will say some questions. People that don't prepare. Because most of the questions will be sent to me. Why is it the trying to answer? Or explain and I don't touch on most. So I will not even read. Because I received 5 questions online. All was for Mr. Kuma with respect to why the price don't go down or government not do nothing. Like, you know, emotionally take with you. Let's say, and you get engaged. But that is when somebody prepared to know what he do, even before he asks a question, he knows that these are things that exist. Yeah? So I want to give you the opportunity to Una for asking questions. Perhaps what you do I did not talk of, but it will come inside the question. Thank you very much. 4 sets of questions, 5. Anybody else have any question?
Big sir. Mr. Minister, do you sir? Very important.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we go.
Good, hello. Thank you, Madam General Manager from Tourism. I totally agree with the waste management issues where you highlight and where they affect we tourist site like the page. So that is purely with individual responsibilities. So what I really want to ask is the seaweed management. Then seaweeds they come intermittently and they get so bubble and they really smell. there was a time when I say when I talk to EPA, I think EPA will get some initiative for making to composting when they use for a farm. And I don't know whether that don't die down, but is there any strategy for controller seaweed when they come all the time? Because it can come, then we take cut off. If not clean yourself, they come back. So I don't know if there's any strategy for controlling it. Thank you.
I mean number 2 now.
Yeah, after this interested this they go to the General, Lieutenant General Amara. I just want to know plenty sacrifice for the agriculture and the other things that we talk about. We know say very soon we will get enough bomb in the country. But I'll quickly go back to Yenga. How the plans for Yenga. Then 2, you get any plan for modernize the military equipment and the communication system there? How ASLAF will continue for work with ECOWAS or other international partners there for build capacity? Waiting on they do for improve discipline, mental health, and morale among the soldiers there. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Ibrahim Sarasi, Voice of South the director for tourist board. As you talk about tourist issues, tourism sector, let me take you to the Old Kobe College, a historical site at this country. Since the refugee they when they become that building they been born. So waiting on another do for able to make that historical building continue for being a touristic site and continue for being and a site where salon to remember generation yet unborn. Another question, sir. Please.
One.
Thank you very much, Ahmed today. Thank you very much, Mr. NPRA, Paloma, for the updates and reminds you far back 5 years ago. Just want to ask if we expect to get a lower price in formula again, and what's in a relationship with Ministry of Transport, because essentially the cry that when once fuel can go up, transportation is shoot up. But when once fuel can come down, they only think about it as to how best transportation can come down. We opt now and we cry for that. And then Madam General Manager, very much. Also expect a breakdown of fuel, please. Thank you very much.
I'm not going to succeed.
Mohammed Bandura, Capital Times newspaper. Incidents. Days ago, in a parliament, someone on the issue between the military and that of services secondary school. We really want to know what are the measures we don't put in place for avoid that chaos between UNA and the school, thinking at the free quality education scheme of President Leone. And to the PRA. I want to plenty thank you for the 5 questions.
Mina John Kelly Mara, and the report for Daybreak newspaper.
Daybreak.
And also the editor of National Standard. The question that goes to the Chief of Defense Staff. Since the end of the 11 year civil war, officers offered the war, some of them maybe destabilized, some are lost in hand, some are lost in food, some are lost in families, and some might become blind. So what he needs to do for WIA in meaning won't get in action to the money. Thank you.
They break. They break.
So we now have the 4 sets of 5 questions, and I think for this set, at 11 Nigeria and I win. So 9 starts.
Thank you very much, the host, who is the Deputy Minister of Communication. Information. You see, the issue of Yenga is part of Sierra Leone, no doubt. I'll make that establishment. But it's a land that is contested by our neighbors, who also lay claim to the land. So what do we do? From time immemorial, we not engage. You know, they say pen is mightier than sword. I think we don't go through we don't want any more again for anything also. We avoid strategic miscalculation, call it strategic miscalculation. We are something for handle to diplomacy to make the common eyes that are not in common. So they engage you to brothers and no brothers. When you go by, it's all the same and the same name. We engage you to understand, say, this is not something to fight, also people don't die for, or people die for. Let's come on the table and discuss it. Diplomacy is a weapon greater than any other weapon on that. I think the government, through its excellency, the president, don't start the engagement at the grand strategic level at multilateral institutions, they come down at regional level. However, what we not do, we will can't the president guide we seize their freedom, that way them in the future, they're not buying again. Now, of course, you don't hear them, look at 50 meters, they don't play internet. The neighbors, so that they don't restrain them more. And any time we go to you know they die for them. We go to call the moral and conceptual components of fighting power. Morally, you only fight for something you believe in. Conceptually, you will determine really what or whether the doctrine correct. Physically, if you get Boko Haram nation, say no matter. Afghanistan, they may get over $1 trillion investment by the armed forces. Only 75,000 Taliban can pull the whole board. So the will to fight is important than any other thing. And that will we get. And we could don't go close and don't box the off. We don't sit down, we don't put the middle, we don't kaya. 50 meters up in the beach, we pass the consumer and go. And just the one that run these days of the device and put it on, don't talk on the radio. But we don't restrain them so much the freedom when they don't get again. One time the apple, we don't show we wait for that for which we are will. We continue for use the diplomatic and for engage. As I say, we don't need anyone like it. Yet now will be solved by very part. Opposite answer the Yenga question. The next one, capability and equipment. Well, if you watch with him, he's setting the president before me, they say no open up any reform. You really close to that stuff, you see what to happen. We are opening up and we are reforming. Trying a single service to get will protect the Australia. We are small, we've been challenged. We know they bring the air, the navy together for operate as one family. Now we call it we don't know what you call tri-service. The army, the navy, the air force to establish on their own with service chiefs and flag cars. Then they get their own budget line, and at the end of the day, when they use the individual capabilities, when they grow, even the soldiers officers, they all get home. Nobody knows the store or place, they talk not open, they not close by guy, they tell like pyramid. So that reform is key to the country's stability. Because until we reform well, and then equip it well, we know we will deliver and get security for Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone are the most peaceful and beautiful country on earth, my brothers and sisters. If you doubt, go and go other country outside Sierra Leone, you see. You work at it, you will nobody destroy it, not go back place. We are very peaceful people. We don't want trouble. You see, so we are going to reform and set the trajectory. This country will be safe for decades to come. There's one small thing in the country, I don't mind the road, we are going to stop it. The government and the president will support me to create stability for great capital in all that. And then discipline, mental health, yes, it's such a open up. We are highly tense. Most people in the community and get dementia because the work is stressful. Now, 3 law, the entire family. When you sit down and 1 law you get, we get military law, mental law, civil law. One day was my tie 3 law, and it is risky. It causes stress for them, but you need those laws because we need somebody with one relation. Before time, brace and cool. Let it back. So that's the problem. But I'm sure we want to say perfectly. On services secondary school, I want to make this clear. Now, we are the proprietor of all such secondary schools in Freetown, Wilberforce, Juba, and Ruwa. Now, me and the proprietor, the governing board chairman, and have the colonel director of studies. How could we go all the way to now? I think somebody mistakenly twists that. That make me, I'm not follow the process because I don't fall for cheap media. Well, I still focus. What we do our services and marathon. We want to take advantage of the banks. We don't favor we. We'll be decent shops and they. Wait to my boss in the bank say, ah, that's what the bank said. But you go be body in front of chef. As if once you're alone and we look after we. It's wrong. So we are changing this narrative. Make you frontage. If you go to our bank now, we dip on tarot, we dip on bill water, we change roof. These are the things we want. All the things that happen. We're not saying they happen also. But somebody twist that. Go friend me, go mischaracterize me. But me as a strategic leader, I don't follow the date. I keep quiet. I do it and I do quietly. Even if you say, man, the law there above all, like the rule of law country also, can you go any jail, can you go any sign of court? That no stress on social media and that. So that is where we are concerned. Finally, on WI personnel, we've managed WI personnel very well. We fought for 11 years, one of the brutal ones in this country. I fought that one for the complete 10 out of 11 years. I know it's the top. We saw that the wounded, some died, so we'll never see them with it. But from 2002, we have been paying WIs. Wounded them. In fact, the action right now, the real wounded reaction exists again. Because those stopped war for years. Go together, people the way they in active service, then incapacitate themselves and they become wounded by serving. Yeah? I want to clarify, I want to draw a clear line here. Do you understand? Wounded in action, not there, because we don't know for over almost year. But wounded the way incapacitated in the process of care and function, we can call them wounded in action. We don't have wounded in action during the war. These ones we have managed to I name. The number don't they high, absolutely. We engage finance or law funding for summer. I think we're on top of it, not only to focus on that. We manage that. We saw that the welfare, important parts, necessary to that. Because without any soul, they are not fit for Sudan. And the doing so, they are fit for 10 million people like this, are not fit for the general. Thank you very much.
No politics about waiting is another robot there. It is clear, it is straightforward, with limited times. I need to clarify. Strategic miscalculation. Look at strategic miscalculation. Where is this something you say the meter? Locally, strategic miscalculation. It's better. So the man he calculates everything. The best approach I can take, but he says something where not saying somebody for social media, they did brag about how military, and also sandwich the Kenyan troop, this and that. Everybody like their ego. Yeah? So if you say Salome military, that's what they don't say. Never can ask them. That means you are explaining our own strategy to the enemy. They're going to see that they don't know why they did so. Yeah? So you not go see what they say, that's what the general say. That will not go there. Let them go pass against them. No. Or they say they're not ready for that. No. Nobody knows what that. So they have a role to play to protect the sovereignty of Sierra Leone, and they are prepared to do it. But diplomacy, in fact, the ECOWAS chairman of this country, the ECOWAS police force in this country, the ECOWAS foreign affairs minister in this country, the ECOWAS justice in this country. People will say this election will win and not mean nothing. But it's now the branches so they come out.
So, the question about the seaweed management and waiting and the strategy we will put in place. Of course, we always say we don't use natural seaweed. Since the very first time we started seeing seaweed in 2011, year in, year out, during this period, the seaweed come. And like in previous engagements like this, I don't talk say there were studies will be carried out by EPA. So possibly when I need forget, talk to EPA concerning that. But for tourism, for the purpose of this press conference, as far as tourism is concerned, first and foremost, no one understands, say, not all waste management, no, they involve tourism. Sand mining are a big force against tourism. Sand mining. Because at the end of the day, when we will come, we're not going to get no bleaching. The thing is, there is no way tourism will able for thrive, or we will say we get tourism if we don't get a proper environment. The environment is key because the environment and the natural resources we got given. So if we don't manage our well, we go lost her. What about the deforestation? All of them they affect tourism. All of those things now, environmental issues where they affect tourism. But you know the question where they ask you, where do they answer you want? I mean, if so, we'll get time more for talk. But anyway, we'll answer the question. So what am I saying? How do we address all here, the sand mining, the seaweed, which is part of all environmental issues? What do we don't do? Some of these are environmental issues, so it also need to forget the environment for climate. We see how we're able to tap on climate change for financing, for address some of the issues there. The reason why we collect here the hamburger because now the coastal, you know, say we now the product, we beaches there, now part of tourism product. So what till we decide for do? We don't come up with, we come with a tourism challenge where we address the very environmental issues there, where they affect with coastal beaches, where they affect, where go, at the end of the day, affect tourism. We ask, when me in Sierra Leone, for let them come up with proposal, what will be the alternative to some of that here, what we they do, where go very harmful to the environment, which way will affect tourism at the end of the day. Then bring down solid proposal where the alternative is sort of sand mining, you go take and what you go do. We did that. We also talk about the waste management control, how we go do. Or we get a proposal which is well funded by young Sierra Leoneans there. And recently we also put a proposal together, we get for do with this seaweed. We all know that seaweed gets economic value. It just kind of like how we go package it. So we don't put proposal which is well costed. Wait till we try for do now for sell all the proposal here, maybe to donors or investment. People that will then focus on environment. Let them see how they will come for funding here when we believe say go to a very large extent, go try to solve the issues the world we face. Then we continue with the public awareness education. The question they do so for Telmuna. And quick one, somebody mentioned about Chairman, Minister, just give me briefly about the Old Fabric College. Old Fabric College, there's some work that has been being done by government. We get some work where we do wall bracing for try for, protect the wall and then enough for them. We try to give them stronger pillar. Some of this and try for publish some of the corner woods there. But so far, apart from, and even decide the way they will speak, apart from the small, quick fix issues the way we don't do, the MRC, they work now together with a British anthropologist for trying to do a very detailed study for look at the viability of the college and how for preserver. You know, they just can't almost say you preserve some things without get the know-how of how to preserve. So something is being done. Just like a lot of things also they're being done by the ministry and its agency in terms of science development. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, the last response will come from Mr.
Thank you so much, my brother. For the first time, I get the least question. I'm happy for that. You asked whether if press can down with put down. The government of President Julius Maada Bio is a very transparent and accountable government. Now I remember all the time 5 years ago, this before they become authority, we don't review pump price over 4 times the record day. Pricing formula regime is very transparent. If we review them, because we get pricing components, what they affect, they look at pump price from the plus to the premium to the freight to the foreign exchange. Now only one thing will take government control and the foreign exchange. The rest are exogenous factors. Then this new act, what is this Kumbra Act, section 64(1), it tells you say will not allow anybody to apply the pricing formula when it results into an overcharge. That's also consistent with section 12(2)(b). They will say we mandate now for set the ceiling. Let not allow anybody to sell above the ceiling NPR reduction. At the moment, we have 27.4 and 27.3. Anybody sell above that, please report that matter to the authority. Now, Sierra Leone, we do a study with World Bank. Now, only Sierra Leone, with 101 countries, now only Sierra Leone get homogeneous prices. When you go buy fair now, Lombly, you're going to carry on the same price. You go buy fair now, Kisi, you're going to carry on the same price. It is not happening anywhere in the world. Price must be heterogeneous. Because you go buy fair, you're going to negotiate, you get a supplier, you get a freight, you get a vessel where they count the product at the port of Sierra Leone, you get your freight, you get a premium, completely different. Those variability cannot result to a homogeneous price. That's the first test. If you get different suppliers, you're going to get different pump prices. So let us support the agency, the media, the CSO, they will continue to support we. Let us pass the right message to the consumers and to the populace. Let us give half truth. Let us give inappropriate truth, but they mislead it. Now we have the proposal of the table 10K. For the support, for the promote the initiative.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I will take 3 questions. Whether we say 50-50, one, I don't look for woman that possibly money. You want me ask? 2, 3.
I don't take 5.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fatih Gosby Modushala Oshakonte, and I'm the portable Women's Voice newspaper. Mr. Bangura, Lieutenant Bangura, thank you for the good work, sir. Well, in our interview with Madam Nansu Fofana, when I'm a woman and Catholic activist, he said, Colonel Way now na Brigadier, Colonel Kwame Kanu. It gets an allegation, a rape allegation, and 13 out of 16 sexual harassment reports. And out of all the plea, where they don't make noise on social media and all, with media around them, then still go ahead for promoter to brigadier. So the question we are asked now, the woman then and the military is still safe? And also, where they don't promote Colonel Kwame Kanu, you don't think say more perpetrators go in the military?
You ask so, another at travel, another at travel.
Watch and general, this issue continues to be engaging because they are brothers, they are sisters, they are less. Our children are suffering, our people are suffering. And we will blame you for violating the fundamental rights of even the citizens of this country. Could you now begin to say, that the right place haven't failed in all negotiations. The right place to go is the International Court of Justice for immediate arbitration, because neither the NGOs or NGOs here cannot foot the bill of those children suffering in the street without no food. Neither the NGOs here cannot foot the bill of our people sleeping without food. What we want is, on behalf of my people, as a journalist, I'm appealing to you to please begin to say, We want immediate arbitration from the International Court of Justice. Enough is enough, enough is enough. Swearing is zero. We have also been
Mr. Kamara.
Godfrey Kamara from Skynet. So, Mr. Bangura, how does the petroleum revenue contribute to national budget and economic development?
I don't know. Do you need another question?
Mr. Akoma from National Petroleum. That question for you, although it was misdirected. So, please, once any panelist now respond, you just say last word to the people. Yeah? Include your response with your last word to the people. We'll have that in 3 minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Eros. The first question has to do with why we promote Chernor. The Army gets the zero tolerance policy for fertilization, sexual abuse, abuse and rape. So there was an issue of alleged rape. We started to investigate this, but then the DOA Act take supremacy over any institution in this country. Once I rape before subject time to SRP and they carry out the investigation. So we know to the competent authority for investigating one level to SRP. Waiting me investigate the issue of fertilization. And that has to do with inappropriate placement at the wrong time. But that's why I take action administratively. Or take action against them. But the issue of rape was beyond my authority. So SRP investigates the issue of rape, then come out and then give a conclusion that there is not too much of evidence or proof the incident happened. And when that happens, we don't get the right for hold somebody. Rape is a difficult case, especially where it takes hours and hours before it proves. We don't get the forensic instrument and it's a difficult thing, but this thing now makes some sense. We decide for building capacity, for stop letting in the future, for stop it completely. So that make we even do a lot of affirmative action now. We enlighten the females the mind. The policies are very clear. If man says you want, you know the problem. We're not going to right for us, we become honorable mate. But sometimes again, I don't know, ignorance or some people they fall prey. But actually, Kwame issue was such that when we investigate them, the sanctions for fertilization and according to the policy, it falls to that sanction. And then the issue of rape was not able to be proven. And there's no reason why we punish somebody, even though you might say you see some element of the incidency, but it has to be investigated by the competent authority. The SLP, DPP for advice, go to law South America, or follow that process. On the fertilization within the Ireland's policy is very clear. One or two of you must answer that yes, you're in a relationship, and both denied. So it was difficult somehow. I'm open up to if you want to come to me. I open up my age, all the processes from too small. I hope that answered the question. The second one has to be with Yenga. Yes, I'm in empathy with you, complete sympathy. As you see the space over here, you know, they call them dual states, 2 states will go in and fight for common water land. It's one big war. But war is a very expensive theater, very expensive enterprise. In as much as we get for physics, the ultimate end is to fight. But if there's any way we can go short of that, at least let's do it. One, it is painstaking, people are suffering, it's a human problem. But we have to package ourselves and sell an IT well. That's why the commander-in-chief, who is the president now, is the chairman, authority of Federal State and government of ECOWAS. The first platform for a public case through the ICJ and Senator. We are getting the ECOWAS delegation headed by the president of Guinea-Bissau, Umaru Sissoko, is coming here very soon. So the actions have been taken diplomatically for which the president is absolutely in charge. He's taking the action, is providing the military direction for us to take. We want to avoid any minor error problem, yeah? And then finally, for ECOWAS, yes, for all my colleagues here on the Chief of Defense Staff of West Africa, I'm the chairman for this period, each chairman. So I'm using that space to navigate, to be able to tilt the training issues, and not for me to become acceptable one, not only for soil dealing with that problem, but for addressing the threat that really permit the soil region. It's my human common sense that any break book, common sense that any change institution, common sense that any break money. If you see that all I will tell me about no. But it's not from I tell I think I will be most delighted. Okay, I feel so any other time. I mean, see the some people with many cycle, I'm approachable. Thank you very much.
So I don't think say I get any question for answer, but they expect the gentleman who will ask me question for this opportunity for ask. But all they say, let me use this platform for talk to all my companies and unions there. We don't come a long way with tourism. When I see the kind way where tourism build momentum in the past 5 years to date, when I see. And I want for them to say, we get data for who say, we now get top international top operators there, where they have promote salary. UK number, we get 7, where the package salary, where they say, quite recently, we get from North America, G Adventures them. We don't get behind them from 2019. And I want to always say, G Adventures, they are not even the #1 global top operator, then they're inside the first 3. They don't get interest in salon, they don't handle farm tree. That's why they can, they see the waste. But we tell them, we find a way around it. So, and then they begin send group to salon November. What do you want to say? If we want tourism go before, if we indeed say tourism business, now all-man business, do ya know we manage waste. We also plead to city council, do ya if they're able for with them big truck dustbin truck for help them people in the community or the one that the peninsula, we said they deposit their waste so that nobody can take them. They will get people that really can collect them. We also want to encourage good meaning, so we ask people that we partners them. Do ya, we need support. We need logistical support in terms of rain gears for we field workers them. We need una for camp. All man they go to that beach. And like you see, okay, don't clean up. Sunday, they go exercise. All man they go exercise. When they drink water, they drop her. And they are just spin all around Long Beach. But you know, just see, you see and say, it's very difficult for them to walk to the dustbin and drop in waste. Please, when Lord, we stop them practices today. Lord, we support you because we say we need tourism people and say tourism business are all our business.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The young lady, beautiful lady from Sky Radio, you asked about the petroleum revenue contribution to the economy. I want to say this commodity, it touch the life of every citizen. It also touch the activities of all sectors, including tourism, including security, including education, including transportation, will touch the lives of every sector. Also, we will help the Ministry of Finance for improve on the fiscal space through the contribution to our revenue. We also contribute to road maintenance funds. In fact, now they give the largest contribution for the repair and maintenance, those roads, those roads. We will also support to our fixed salon agenda. They'll get access to the market. The sector in contribution will also lead to free quality education support. We will also promote social welfare, access to the market, because our revenue is predictable and very reliable to the Ministry of Finance. I want to take message home, please, my colleagues and the media, for say will help me for pushing. We will get cabinet conclusion in 2022 December for level 7 get an outlet in the sector. The entire petroleum sector in Sierra Leone, the entire world, now we no more government get any oil company. So we don't get paper on that, so that Sierra Leone petroleum company would help me for promoting that. Ghana get gold, Guinea get solar, Burkina Faso against Sudan, let us get well, let us find has a few players in the interest of Chernor. Then anybody who get interest, you go meet up, you go make the media team, let us see the current fair price in West Africa. When you see 30 euros, when you see 29 euros, when you see 24 euros, 28 euros, I will be media team will share people and only interest so that it will help now. For say this government they don't do well and for open the market and the prices are moving down because of our policy. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much to everybody. The purpose of which we bring the people for interface with now, now to ensure the correct message meet with people. Some questions what we ask, not because we don't know the answers, but because we want to give opportunity to other people for land. Now we don't see President Bio in elect one as ECOWAS chairman. The benefits, how they go and so they download. Next year, we'll be doing a meeting with the say next year ECOWAS conference. That's Saloni Poster. Some of these things, a fine for criticizing, but we all salute the class. We all. Now we put Salon before, and now we all put hands together for push Salon before. Now we good for me and you. Yenga is very key. Our people in the but now we allow the diplomatic route. Now we engage her. We no one lost anybody again. Tourism, if we attract tourism, now we change the attitude in waste management. That is the message. Opportunities that are available in that sector. And the ministry and the sector, they do very well for attract tourism. But by the attitude, we can dampen all the efforts we make. The Director General works at injury. And he says that I know, even in America, all our places, fuel stations price is different. Corn price is different by station. The same fuel where they go now, the price where they pay that future. It's like all fuel they come out, like they pay that Thailand. Where that person don't kind, might stay away for campaign now. That is a fact. I mean, all the questions what they expect, and they expect NPRA for really there on the spotlight.
No,
but when it
time not
it talk the reality, very minimal questions that you get. To this end, we say please thank you to everybody, and I will continue for Kaya and the purpose for Kaya and for care what the correct message. I thank everybody.